Hello, students. Today I'm going to read out one of the most beautiful poems written by Kamala Das, the poem called My Mother at 66. Before I read out the poem to you, I would like to first give a brief introduction about the poet. Kamala Das was born in Kerala in 1934. She is recognized as one of the most prolific writers of her age. Her works are known for their originality, versatility, and the indigenous flavor of the soil. Kamala Das has published many novels and short stories in English and Malayalam under the name Madhavi Kutti. Now I'm going to read out the poem to you, My Mother at 66. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, dozed, open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees spreading, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Now I'm going to give you the explanation of the poem. After that, I'll be discussing the difficult word meaning, followed by the poetic device used in the poem. Yeah, the poem goes like this. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doze, open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Here, the poet is a lady who has been married and she has gone to visit her parents' home near Cochin. Just like other ordinary ladies who after the marriage are not supposed to stay at their home for a long time, they are expected to go back to their home after all. So here also the poet, she has to leave, she has come to visit her parents, and now it's time for her to go back to her home where she's married. It's Friday morning and she was returning to her home. On the way to airport, she noticed her mother was sitting, sitting beside her. She was sleeping with her mouth open. The narrator saw she was, she noticed that her mother looked very pale. She looked like a dead body, you know. And this may be because her mother was, she was pained with the thought of separation. The poet, when she realized that pain, that she realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spinning out of their homes. Here, the poet was, in fact, she was alarmed, or she was horrified by the sudden realization that her mother was getting old. When she saw her mother waning, when she saw her mother's pale face, she realized that her mother was approaching death. She would soon die. And then, this reality was very difficult for her to accept. So the poet was pained to see the mother's colorless face, and in order to escape from this thought, she didn't want to dwell with this thought, this painful thought. So she wanted to escape from this thought. In order to escape from this thought, she diverted her attention towards something different. She looked out of the window with an attempt to divert her thought. So what she saw outside the window were, the sprinting trees. Yeah, because the car was moving, the young green trees appeared to be running in the opposite direction. Okay, that is what is referred to as sprinting sprinting trees, and she also saw a group of children rushing out of their home to play. These children looked very happy. So here, writer, or let's say the poet, has made an effort to. She has made an effort to contrast. Okay, this one, the young sprinting trees represent how fast time has had flown by. The children represent youth, which is full of life and energy. Both the young trees and children present a sharp contrast to the mother sitting beside her, because her mother is generally here, she is very old, she's pale, she's very passive, whereas the trees and the children, the happy children, look very young, they look very active, and they are moving fast. Okay, whereas the woman sitting beside her, her mother, looks very inactive and she's very pale. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, when pale as a late winter's moon. Here, though the writer makes an effort to divert her mind, looking at the young children and trees outside, she cannot dwell with that thought for long. After she reaches the airport and passes through security check, the poet again looks at her mother, who was standing a few yards away from her. Her mother looked lifeless and dull, like a late winter's moon, which cannot be seen clearly because of the mist and fog. Here, when she says late winter moon, it means like she's comparing late winter moon here refers to a moon during the late winter season, which appears pale and lifeless because of mist and fog. The poet has compared her mother's face to the late winter's moon because it seemed to have lost all its charm. It has become colorless. And felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. And this is, we've come to the last stanza of the poem. Here, once again, the poet, she's pained to see her mother in this condition, in this very painful condition. And as she was going away and leaving her mother, her old familiar pain revives. Okay, her childhood fear and insecurity haunts her, because she's afraid that she would lose her mother forever. So here, what is the childhood fear? During her childhood, Kamala Das was insecure about losing her mother, just as all young children often are. The same old feelings come back to haunt her, which when she sees her mother's pale and lifeless face. She's tortured by the fact that she may not be able to see her mother again. But she becomes very bold, she becomes very brave, and she tries to hide her feelings by smiling. She puts on a smile in order to conceal her tears. To hide her tears, she smiles and smiles and smiles. The last line is very significant. The last line of the poem, sorry. The smile is also significant because it must have comforted both the mother and the daughter, and kindled in them the hope that the mother would survive long enough for the two to meet again. So this way the poem comes to an end. And you must have noticed one thing: the entire poem is structured in the frame of a single sentence punctuated by commas, which means which indicates single string of thought that runs throughout. So this was a poem, and now we are going to deal with the difficult word meanings found in the poem. Word meanings: doze means sleep lightly, ashen means very pale with shock, fear, or illness, corpse here means a dead body, spilling out means rushing out in large number, wan means pale and giving the impression of illness or exhaustion, ache means pain. Now we'll discuss about the poetic devices used in the poem. Kamala Das have made an effort to use simile. Yeah, when she compares her mother's ashen face to that of a corpse, she's making use of simile here. She also compares her mother's pale face to that of the winter moon, which is hazy and unclear because of the fog or mist. Personification has been used in the line trees sprinting, where trees are attributed with the quality of running swiftly. She has also made an effort to use alliteration. Alliteration, the repetition of the consonantal sound F in the words like familiar and fear. This is an example of alliteration used in the poem. So, students, we've come to the end of the poem. Today's lesson is here over here. Hope to meet you in the upcoming video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home, and keep learning. Goodbye.